What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Foxliga YouTube channel and our FIFA 23 Hamburg career mode. We're going to jump back in today at the start of Season 2. We're going to jump into the transfer window, make a couple moves, we'll see, and hopefully get through the first handful of games of the season. So, let's get into it. Alright, welcome back, y'all. This is the start of Season 2 here. So we did get promoted up from the Bundesliga 2 up to the first division. Let's take a look at our team that we're going to be starting out with here. We got a bunch of guys back from loan who are out of the club last season. And as of right now, this is the same starting 11 you will have seen from the end of last episode. We got Glatzel up top, Kittel, Yatta. Midfield made up of Benez, Rice, Arnold still. In the back line, led by Vuskovic, Scally, Van Drongelen, and Leibold. And then Rob in gold, who's up to 73. We got this guy on the bench, Ayer, Richter, Koningsdorfer, Pollersbeck, Schonlau, and Arp. Kadira's back from injury. We're going to slot him back in over Vuskovic for right now. We'll put, for preseason purposes, we'll slip Arp up into the starting job there, as well as Koningsdorfer. And then, so we got a bunch of guys on the bench right now who we'll be looking to offload here in this window. I did pick up, very sneakily at the end of the last season, Hoffman here. He's initially from Dusseldorf, I believe. We picked him up on a free transfer, just offered him some wages. 72 overall, has a face scan. I like that quite a bit. So he could be someone who replaces Schonlau sort of as our backup center back, because Schonlau has less than a month left on his contract. So we're going to be looking to offload him potentially. Let's go and actually look at those players whose contracts are expiring this year. Those sort by contracts. We got Leibold out at the end of this season. We'll definitely be looking to give him an extension. We have Hoyer Fernandez. We're actually going to add him to the transfer list. 30 years old, 73 overall. We got a couple guys younger who are better. So we'll list him. Meffert has actually already requested a transfer. And we have an offer for him. So let's jump into this. The offer is coming from Ajax here. They're offering 2.7. So let's delegate this here. Start the offer. No, that's way too high. Let's try 3.8 and don't sell for less than what they offered. We have a couple other offers here. One for Kittel, who we might be looking to offload here. He is 30, but he was so productive for us last year. I don't think we can really justify that unless we get someone crazy in. And then we have an offer here for Joe Scally, the 20-year-old American right back. 12 mil here from Watford. Interesting. We'll think about those two. Okay, who else? We have Schonlau, expiring contract. We're going to list him as well. Kind of a shock move. Look away, real Hamburg fans. Kittel, like I mentioned, Yatta actually expiring as well. Zumberry, back from loan. We're going to put him on the transfer list here. Kran, 19 years old. Let's just see if we can delegate this renewal here. Perfect. Okay, Anderson. I'm going to put him on the transfer list as well. We have 37 players in the club as of right now. So that's kind of a lot, especially for a league like the Bundesliga. It's not as crazy or as demanding as someone like the English career mode saves, where you have so many different competitions going on at the same time. So right now in the Bundesliga, we only have that in the Pokal. So we really just don't need 37 players in the club. So who else do we have? Backup striker here. We're going to add him to the transfer list as well. Heil, same deal. Stefan Ambrose, he actually has decent potential, but as bloated as our club is, I think we're going to add him to the transfer list. Roar here coming back from loan, 28 years old, 66 overall, transfer list. Okay, so that clears that out. Hopefully we'll get some guys in or some offers in for those guys. And if you take a look at our manager rating now, it is actually slumped a little bit. So let's go check out what that is about. Let's take a look at this year's objectives. For the start of season 2 here, youth development. Sign at least 3 players younger than 20 years old with potential greater than the average overall rating of players currently in the same position. That shouldn't be too hard. We're going to send a scout out in this episode. I like that they don't necessarily have any position requirements, because sometimes like your team could be stacked at goalkeeper, for example, and it's like bring in 3 more. It's like something stupid. So just getting some young guys in. And actually, this doesn't have to be from the youth academy. You can just sign guys who are younger than 20. So we might try to look at doing that. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see who's on our list, which I did update and we'll go over in a second. Okay, our brand exposure here. Get a streak of 5 clean sheets and sign 1 crucial first team player assigned to a defender position. Well, I think we just might be doing that. Signing that defender in this episode, perhaps. Continental success, obviously nothing. Domestic, all right, this is going to be important here. Pokal reached the round of 16 again, same as last year. That's reasonable. And then in the Bundesliga, finished mid-table. So we're going to have to make some moves in order to ensure that, unless we just have some crazy streak of luck. But yeah, I was kind of hoping it would just be survive relegation. But a club as big as Hamburger is coming back into the first side, or to the first division. That's kind of realistic for what they're going to be honestly expecting. So hopefully we can get that done this year. If not, that might be bad. Okay, financial here. Increase our club worth by 30%. We're already within 2 seasons, and we've already got 6%. That's always super easy to do. You basically don't even have to do anything to meet that one. Okay, let's look at our transfer budget. How much should we get? 43 mil. Okay, and if you look at I saved an email here. We got an additional 19 million. So I'm not sure where we got the other 4 mil from. I'd have to go back and look. But 43 mil to start the season. Pretty decent, honestly, especially a club just coming back up to the first division. And right off the bat, I'm going to want to make our first transfer of the season here. I wanted to sign this guy last year, but we just couldn't. He was out on loan. It is going to be... You can see I added some more players. Here, we can go over them later. Okay, but the guy I'm most excited to sign is... Somewhere, he's buried. I should have sorted this. Weigl here. He was on loan at Mönchengladbach last year, but now he's back at Benfica. Valued at 23 mil. Looks like we could get him for right around there. He is 80 overall, 27 years old, so I think he'll instantly be our best player in the team. And he'll sort of fill that CDM position that we moved Khedira away from. So I think he'd be a great fit for us here. Let's go ahead and approach to buy. We're going to offer right off the bat here. Let's try 21. See what they say to that. Half our transfer budget on 1 player here. They accept it right away. Okay, well, so we probably could have got away for a little bit less, but I really didn't want to risk anything. I think 21 mil for a player of his quality. I don't really have an issue spending that. Looks like he's wanting pretty reasonable wages here. So let's go ahead and jump into this negotiation. Crucial first team player, that's to be expected. Absolutely, 4 years. Perfect. No release clause, and looks great. Let's jump to the next cutscene here. I've seen a lot of these cutscenes have been bugging out since the last update to career mode, but as of right now, let's knock on wood, everyone's wearing the correct team gear. We got the Hamburg logo there. Let's see, we got Khedira and Vuskovic meeting him on the bike. There he is. New signing. Shake everyone's hands. Yeah. Let's get to the rating. Let's see what it is. I'm thinking I might have overpaid a little bit, but it's still under what he's valued at. We get a C. Really? A C? Good price? I guess we could have got a little bit less, but he didn't go up 1 overall, where sometimes they do when you sign someone right away. New star player, instantly our highest overall player. So I'll sort of go over some of the other transfers I'm thinking about making. I might not make them this episode, but just in this summer transfer window, ones I'm thinking about here. So we have Castagne, from Belgium, currently playing for Leicester in the Premier League. He's also 80 overall, 27 years old. He can play at either fullback position. And I've been thinking about selling Scally because, I don't know, he was good for us at the beginning part of last season after we signed him, but he sort of tailed off a little bit, and we can get a boatload of cash for him, where I know he will grow. I mean, he might even hit 80 overall this next season here. But since we do have the goal of getting a mid-table finish this year, we sort of want higher overall people immediately, and especially if we have other positions like maybe foreshadowing goalkeeper here that are going to be a little bit lower overall. I sort of want to have all the help we can get. So someone like Castagne here wouldn't be the worst shout in the world. It would take just about the rest of our transfer budget though, so that might be a bit of a stretch. Another person I really like here is Lazaro. I've signed him before in career modes. He's got super fun face scan. Got some crazy hair going on. He's decently fast, but I really like how versatile he is as a player. He can play all up and down the right-hand side. He's got the Adidas jersey on in his photo, so that would match well with their side. Someone else a little bit older, a little bit cheaper, but also 80 overall is Hatebor from Bergamo Calcio. Definitely not Atalanta. But yeah, he's someone on the radar as well. Got a couple other players from Atalanta here who I don't think will be signing. Okay, Goossens, though, I am interested in. So we have Leibold, who I really like, captain on our, as I skip away from him, we do have our captain at left back. But Goossens, German player, I'm not sure if he's spent any time in the Bundesliga at all. I know he's been in Serie A for the longest time now. So once again, looks like we could get him for around 22 mil. That would be the rest of our budget, unless we sold more players, which we are looking to do. So he's someone I'm going to keep in mind. Another exciting player as maybe a Kittel replacement here for us is Marley Ake from Juve. He's French, 22 years old, 72 overall. So he's only 2 worse overall than Kittel right now. And he definitely has a lot of room to grow. Someone else that I'm going to bring in right now, actually, is Max Meyer. So I love this guy in real life. Sort of an interesting story. He was like a wonder kid at Schalke for a couple years, and then sort of had a falling out at Schalke. Like they didn't renew his contract, and they ended up letting him go on a free to Crystal Palace, who's actually they're my favorite team in the Premier League, and it was such a random transfer for them to sign this German kid. They made a huge deal out of it. They were like, oh, like Mayor Meyer, like the mayor of London, trying to make like a pun off of that. Then Palace ended up playing under Roy Hodgson for like the next 3 years, who just played a super boring, boring is tough, but it's like defensive based, not very expansive offensively. And so Meyer never really got a chance to like cement himself in the first team, and Palace ended up barely using him. And then I don't know if they sent him out on loan initially, but they dumped him off, and he sort of bounced around to a couple different places now. But this season in real life, this season he started at FC Luzern. Loser, I don't know how to pronounce that. But 72 overall. He is 27 years old, but he'd be great depth for us at the midfield position, especially since we're letting some other guys go. He can also play on the left-hand side or at cam in a pinch. And he has a face scan, which I do enjoy. So it looks like we could get him for around 2 mil. So let's go ahead and try to sign him. I say try, like we're not going to be able to. We should be able to, no problem at all. Let's try to lowball these guys some, since I did overspend on the last one. We'll try 1.8. They want Steven Ambrose, just straight up, no cash at all. So we could probably get Ambrose for a little bit more money, but I am wanting to get rid of him, and we're definitely wanting to sign Meyer. So I will accept that. Not bad. Okay. I feel like that rarely happens when a team on FIFA just wants another player straight up in exchange and they don't want any cash at all. But in this situation, I'll take it. So it looks like he wants around 20K. That's not too bad at all. Important first team player. We'll see. We're gonna accept that, but he might get pissed off after a little while. But we might bump him out to left midfield. I'm thinking about changing our formation up a little bit because the 4-4 or the 4-3-3 like we played in this Bundesliga is not gonna work as well in the first tier for us. I don't think. I sort of want to have a little more defensive cover, but we will have to. We'll see. We'll bring in a couple guys. We'll see who we can get out the door, and we'll see what we have left, and we'll sort of put the best formation that we can together. Whether that's this episode or next remains to be seen. All right, what are they going to rate this? Decent buy. They gave it a D. That's about fair. We are probably the most stacked at midfield right now. In fact, let's take a look at that right now. Wrong place. Team management, here we go. So first of all, let's move these guys up. We're going to put Weigl in here for Rice right now. We'll put Rice on the bench. And then Meyer will slot in here. So he's a couple years younger than Hamburger here. So he might eventually take over Hamburger's role, where it sort of comes in a pinch, because we're really looking to get Arnold up higher. He is our homegrown talent. Definitely has the most potential. He doesn't have potential to be special anymore. It's gone down to exciting player. So that's kind of disappointing, but there's plenty of time to fix that. And he's already 72 overall at, how old is he? He's like 19 or something. So plenty of room to develop, way farther than anyone else we have right now. And let's actually put Pollersbeck in at goal. Cool. And now let's send out our youth scout. Let's see. I'm thinking about buying another one. Right here we have a 5-star scout. Winkler, Mr. Winkler. Okay. All right. Moving on after that. Let's go ahead and send our scout out again. Do we want to send him? Let's just send him to Germany again. That's okay. We'll just do any as well. So he hasn't been super productive for us. We got a couple good guys right at the end of last season, and we sent them out on loan. Let's go ahead and sort by age here. I'll show you. So Kraft we sent out on loan to Oxford over in England, and then Nicholas Lehmann, we sent him out on loan also to England, but to Norwich. So he especially has really high potential, and he's already 64 overall. Jeez, oh my God. I don't know if that came up on the camera, but freaking neighbors are stomping, bro. Lehmann has super high potential. He could be a beast for us moving forward if we keep him around. Time will tell. So let's see. Now we have 38 players in the squad. That's great. But without further ado, let's go ahead and continue to the European International Cup preseason tournament. Okay. Amici transfer offer, and then the Meffert sale agreement. So let's accept 3 million even. Fine, take it. Oh, Amici, I'm sorry, brother. You're just never gonna play. 1.1 mil. I'll accept that. Scally, I'm gonna reject this offer, but I am open to other ones in the future. And then Kittle, same deal with him. If another Bundesliga came in, for example, I'd be more willing to accept that. Let's see. Haber transfer offer. Athletic Club. Sorry, I don't think this German guy is exactly Basque. I don't know how realistic that is. Maybe he has a grandmother somewhere deep down in his family history who's from that part of Spain. Don't know. All right, here's Meffert out to Ajax, 3 mil. See you later. A decent price. Are you kidding me? All right, these are harsh. All right, manager rating ticking up a little bit. Hopefully we can pump those numbers way up. Another player leaving. Amici out the door. 1.1 mil. See you later, son. D again? Are you kidding me? Bro, come on. I guess it's because we don't have much cover there. Okay, something I did want to do, though, who I forgot about earlier. So, might be controversial. We're gonna add this guy to the loan list as well. But Marco Richter here was an exciting signing for us last January. Brought him in to help us guarantee ourselves promotion last year. But he sort of had a tough time. I forget how many goals he had. I don't think it was more than 5. Wasn't that great. 76 overall, 25 years old. By all means, can still become a great player. But we're going to add him to the transfer list. Controversial, maybe, I know. But it is what it is. I mean, didn't play that well for us, and now that we're in the first division, we need guys who are definitely going to get results for us, and I just don't think that he's one of them. Someone who does get results for us, though, Glatzel, especially from Werder Bremen, offering for Hamburg's main striker. Don't think so. We're not even going to acknowledge that envoy there from them. Another player that we scouted. Okay, a Scally transfer offer from Espanyol. No, sorry. Not even going to look at that either. All right, we finally have preseason tournament coming up here. We'll accept that loan offer, reject that transfer offer, keep it moving here through the preseason. All right. Oh my gosh, the emails. It's just like real work, man. They never stop. Okay. Can we simulate a game here? Yes, here we are. All right. Do we have our team set how we like? I believe so. Yes. Cool. All right. For the first official match of Season 2. Quick sim. Can we get a result? No, we cannot. We lose 2-1 to Torino. Not a great start. Benez gets our only goal. Wow. Okay. Pain. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. We'll try to skip through this whole tournament here pretty quickly. Geiger scouting report in. Okay. We'll take a look later at the rest of those guys. Oh my gosh. I don't need to see a cutscene for that every time. If it's like a star player, I get that. But, like, come on. 2-year loan deal, I believe, out to Augsburg. Next game here against Venezia. Keeping the same lineup. Hit them with the quick sim. 2-2 draw. Kittel and Glatzel. What do you know? Okay. I didn't even start Glatzel, but he comes on and gets a goal. In the first minute that he's on, too. Holy cow, dude. Jeez. I think I'm planning on keeping him as our number 9 in the Bundesliga here. He might not cut it. That is an area I am concerned about. And we have Arp as a backup, but he's not ready to come in yet to be the starter. So we are kind of thin at striker, and I don't really have anyone who I have on my short list who I'd want to replace him. Palace coming in here for Benez. Going to reject that. Thank you very much. Now an offer for Glatzel from Köln. We are going to reject that as well. And then an offer from AZ here coming in for Scally. Reject that. Thank you very much, but no. All right. Let's jump in to, oh my gosh, more transfer offers. Hopefully I cut these out for y'all so y'all don't have to sit through all of these. Okay, against Genoa here. Same starting 11, quick sim. A 1-0 win, let's go, finally. Kittel scores in the first half. All right, is that enough to get us through to the next part? I don't believe so. It doesn't look like it. Okay, transfer offer here for Roar from Orlando Cities. Man, going down to Florida. Offer us almost $1 million. We'll accept that. We're actually going to reject this offer here from Fulham for Iata. We're going to stick with him for now. Hopefully he grows more this season. Hopefully hit him with a little bit of dynamic player potential. And hopefully he can become a beast for us. Libel transfer offer here from Freiburg. No, thank you. All right, another cutscene. Get the heck out of here, son. Have fun in Florida. Get nice and tan. It's Orlando, though. If you're going to go to Florida, I mean, Orlando's kind of not the most ideal place to go to. But hey, it's better. It's better than a lot of places. All right, do we have anybody good for the youth department here? This guy has good potential, but his overall sucks. Almost $1 million in value, though, so we'll sign him. See what he looks like. And that'll do it. That's about it. Okay. Not too bad. All right, Sean Lau transfer offer. Been waiting for this. I've been hoping to get a little bit more money for him. Norwich have come in for him. Norwich used to have a bunch of German players on their team, but they've let a lot of them go, I feel like, recently. Forgetting the name of that. Zimmerman, I believe. And then who else did they have? I think he plays for, in the second division, SV Sandhausen, something like that. It's wherever. The famous Hamburger right back. Blanking on his name. I don't know. They play there together. Okay, let's propose a new transfer fee here. Let's try 3.2. What say you? No. 3 even. Say yes, say yes, say yes. They agree. All right, cool. Going to reject these. I'm actually just going to straight up block offers for Benes. Salernitana. No. Get the heck out of here. Heil transfer offer. Accept. All right, and we are approaching our first match day of the Bundesliga season here. Get out of my club. I'm sorry. You were an important player, but I don't need to see the cutscene. D. You're rating that a D? Bro, I have so much coverage at center back, though. Come on now. That's harsh. Okay, first match day of the season here against Leipzig. Wow, what a team to start out against. That is tough. Let's see. Who do we have in the league this year who we might be competing with for bottom? So we have Welcome. They've stayed up. Stuttgart, Werder Bremen, Bielefeld. They're in there. That's right. And then, okay, so I wouldn't say that we're favorites for relegation right now, but it definitely might be a dogfight, especially with some of our weak spots. You know, I'm thinking striker, if Glasso just isn't getting it done for us. I'm thinking on the wing positions, Kittle's 30. He might start going down in overall. Koningsdorfer and Yata, I just don't think are really first division ready yet. They're on the cusp, I'd say. If they both have another good season, they could definitely be there towards the end of the year. Let's see, what else? Goalkeeper. That is tough. So we have Pollersbeck right now at a 72, and we have Rob at a 73. And we have 29 mil in the bank. Let's take a look at someone that I am interested in signing, and it is Baird Leno here. So we could get him for around 12 mil, it says. We might be able to throw in another keeper that we have now and bring that price down. He's 80 overall. My only concern is that he is 31. So he could hang around for a couple more years, and he would be a huge improvement right off the bat. But he wouldn't offer us much growth potential. But he really wouldn't have to grow that much more to really be a solid keeper in FIFA for where we're at now. You know, we're not competing for Champions League or anything crazy. just trying to not get relegated essentially. So I think this might be a great deal for us. He sort of struggled when he went to the Premier League. He was at, what team was he at in the Bundesliga? Let me think. Was it Mönchengladbach? Maybe before the Swiss guy came in. I'm not sure. You have to fact check me on that. But he went over to Arsenal. I thought he was fine there personally. I mean, the Arsenal teams he was on just weren't that good. But I don't think he himself was really the issue in any of those teams. And then got signed to Fulham now this season, which is, I mean, they're gonna struggle, right? So I'm not. It looks like they got relegated in the game here. You can see they got the EFL patches on, not the Premier League ones. So I think this might be our next signing. You can let me know in the comments down below or message me on Twitter if you have a different idea for goalkeeper or if you really want to see us stick with one of the guys we got. But we might start on the next episode signing this man right here. We'll see. Message me or comment down below any other players you'd like to or you'd be curious in us signing or scouting. I'll definitely put those guys on the on our short list. So here's our team right now from the preseason here. Hopefully Van Drogelen goes up 1 or 2 overall here immediately because 73 overall, he might get battered here in the first division. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys, for the first episode of Season 2. So hopefully we'll be kicking along here with the rest of the summer transfer window and hopefully keep chunking along into Season 2. So until next time, cheers. What are you doing? It's the end of the video. That's all I got. See you later, I guess.